Well, new technology is probably on a few people's Christmas wish lists, and the range of choice can be mind-boggling. Last month, reporter Yvonne Tahana gave us this insight into the 4G spectrum.
This is $1 billion industry.
Give us better, faster access.
Maori language and culture in a digital world.
And we have a right to our share.
4G is about the next generation.
"4G, the new world of communication." G stands for generation, speed and quality. Every generation is faster than the last. Remember the bricks? They were 1G.
Champagne's ordered for 50.
3G is where it's at now. It's the commuter, but 4G is the bullet train.
It's just going to bring us up to speed with what the rest of the world's up to. So this is a new website that we're just launching called Maori Tube, and it's a good example of the 4G network in action, in that it's all videos. On the 4G network, this would be perfect because it will go down a lot faster to digital and data phones.
Videos, attachments, music should be instant. In the same time it takes to download a song now, 4G will deliver the whole album.
We don't just want to be the people using the phones. We want to be able to be a creator of content and be able to help manage the whole system rather than just being a consumer.
That means owning part of the radio spectrum that transmits data to devices. The government owned the frequency 4G needs to work and auctioned it off. 3 main players are wired in. Vodafone paid $65 million for a large block. Telecom paid the same for an equal share. 2 Degrees paid $44 million for a smaller chunk. A piece remains, and Māori wanted in. The government's not so receptive, offering $30 million instead.
I think that you have to have principles. And to take that money will allow the government to think that they have done the right thing.
With $30 million, you could have a lot of impact in a few areas, or you could spread it across a whole range of initiatives.
We don't have to gather up the crumbs under anybody's table.
There was already adequate spectrum available for broadcasting and radio and television programs, and within cellular and digital spectrum.
The days are over when they think that we're still in the beads and blanket mode.
Māori do have a small share in 2 Degrees, which is a key player in the 3G market.
The allocation of spectrum to Māori has turned out to be a great thing for New Zealand because there's been over $2 billion worth of benefits to New Zealand. Everybody benefits. If you look at your mobile phone bill, it's way cheaper now as a result of 2 Degrees entering the market than if we had have left it to Vodafone and Telecom to control the market.
As a result of Māori?
As a result of Māori getting access to spectrum, New Zealand as a whole has received a huge benefit.
4G is rolling out in the main centres, but anyone who wants to plug in will have to upgrade. Start saving.
Well, there you have it. Fascinating stuff there from our reporter Yvonne Tahana. She's here with us now. Yvonne, there was one piece of spectrum left there. What happened to that?
So the government is auctioning it off. There were only 2 groups that were allowed to participate in that, Telecom and Vodafone. A cool starting price of $22 million to enter that. Māori said, we want to be in this, set that aside for us, but the Crown said no.
Why is it so important for Māori to be in on this?
Because it's worth, the government estimates it's worth $2.4 billion over 20 years to our economy, and groups like the Maori Spectrum Coalition say that it's better to be owners of that resource than just a consumer.
Do Māori have any other interest in any other spectrum areas?
Yep, so we've got Māori have interest in iwi radio, Māori television, these sorts of things, and 2 Degrees. Without Māori being allocated and having to pay for that spectrum, we wouldn't have 2 Degrees, we wouldn't have cheaper prices in the market.
Very good. Thank you very much for those explanations. Magnificent.